Just got into the studio. It's the end of the month. It's been another really busy month. I've just finished on the latest art vend. This is the third one, and it's actually going to its location today. So I'm gonna bring you along on the adventure. I've just got a few more things to get ready for that, and then we're gonna sort of get it in the van, take it there, get it in its new location, get it filled up with stock, and hopefully all ready to roll this afternoon. I've recently got these new trolleys, which have been really handy. So yeah, I've got lots of different things and lots of different projects on the go. And these are really good at just kind of like separating things out. This whole set of trays is full of things that are in production and sort of being made at the moment. And then I've got another set of the same thing out there, which is like finished pieces, which are ready to be sent out. I'm printing parts for the crosses. So the backs go there, I take those out to the printer. The frames go in there, ready to be assembled. And then I've got more happy pills. These are still available on my website. These need just sort of like checking over and finishing. I got this new set of drawers this month as well. Guy just delivered it the other day. But there's this really cool kind of like antique vintage shop near me. And I think this has come out of a factory or something, but yeah, I really love it. Yeah, this month I've been really busy with these new mini drug lord crosses, and I really love how these have turned out. So I made my first drug lord cross, I think 2010, 2011, for an exhibition, one of my first exhibitions I did. First cross I made, I worked with a picture framer. Instead of just making like a square or rectangle frame, we managed to sort of cut it and produce a cross-shaped frame. And it was about 1 meter tall. And I think it took like literally tens of thousands of empty capsules to fill the thing. But it looked really cool, and it was always one of my favorite pieces. And then I've revisited it many times over the years. And for a period of time, I was producing, I've got one up here on the wall. I was producing this scale and doing one of these each year. So the first version I made was, it was glued together. So it's made of different layers and then they were glued. And it was just really difficult to make. And I'm just not a fan of using glue. I try and avoid it in any way I can. The next version, I think, is when I added the holes for the bolts. And then I kind of liked the kind of industrial look, but it was also just a lot more robust. It still takes a while to assemble, but you know it's properly assembled and it's gonna just stay like that forever. So I had the same idea with this of how was I gonna make this in an efficient way? So the first version was like a loose friction fit where the two parts just kind of gently slid together. And it was okay, like it sort of stayed together, but you could quite easily push it apart. And then I kind of thought if you dropped it or mishandled it, it might just pop apart and the pills go everywhere. And like I said, I really, really wanted to avoid using glue. So I made so many prototypes for this. And I ended up adding these kind of slots along most of the edges and then these ridges inside the frame so that without any glue or anything, it just kind of pops together. And then it clicks into place and it's just like not going anywhere. But this was surprisingly difficult to get the kind of sizes and tolerances right. I started out with some of them with just like a small little dimple. It wasn't really strong enough. So when you're producing hundreds of something, like you don't want it to be a real headache to make. Like you want it to be clean and efficient and easy to assemble. And I think I've achieved that with this. So obviously, yeah, you've got the two parts, which are, I'm printing these like the rabbits in loads of different colors. So it makes some really interesting color combinations, like having the different colored back and then the different colored frame. And then it's obviously filled with pills at random, which are always gonna be unique just by their nature. So each one is a unique piece. And then, yeah, you've got, I don't know, probably hundreds of different color combinations for the actual frame. And then once those pieces are printed, the back piece goes into the UV printer and it's printed with the logo, the details. But yeah, I'm just really happy with how this has come out as like a efficient, affordable sculpture. So, as well as the crosses, I've also been making loads of my little 3D printed rabbits. This incense was probably not the best idea. But with Easter coming up, I'm doing this little pop-up shop with my Lucky Rabbit Club brand. So I'm gonna have my t-shirts and I'm giving away 100 of the Lucky Rabbits. So it's at Bene Culture, which is in the Custard Factory in Birmingham. And I actually did an exhibition with them years ago. I don't even know what the date was. Ever since, we've been saying we should do something. If you're nearby, come by, grab a free rabbit, take a look at the t-shirts. Yeah, it should be fun. And I think I'm also gonna hide one of the bronze rabbits somewhere around the Custard Factory. We've got the third art vend. So there's 2 that have been out there for a while now. I've just been working on the third one and it's gonna go into its new location today. And like I said, I'm gonna bring you along for the adventure. And then yeah, I've finished, I think I need to just tidy it up around the edges, but I've finished the vinyl wrap for it. But basically with one of these vending machines, I've kind of updated it and fitted a new card reader, removed all the old coin mechanism and things, which is like this kind of stuff, which is just, you know, outdated. So then in the machine, it would have had these sort of like different slots for coins and buttons and things like that. So I've removed all that, 3D printed some blocks which kind of, well, like block off those areas and fit in there. I had to take out the old, it had this like fluorescent tube here which wasn't working anymore, and also they just don't really look very good. So I've replaced that with some LEDs and wired all that in. And then yeah, just cleaned it all up. This morning I need to do the labels for the trays, saying what each thing is and the price and stuff like that. Right, it's out and it's going in here, Alfred Works. I'm just gonna wait for Adam to help me wheel it over.